You flaunt one of the 70 million odd handsets in India that are 5G enabled. You live in one of the select cities where 5G services have been launched. But still, you can't enjoy the blazing fast data speed promised by the next gen technology. Why is that the case? Well, it's because many 5G smartphone models currently lack the software updates needed to enable 5G services on them. But there are a few lucky users too. The India Cellular and Electronics Association indicates that over 150 5G phone models have already been enabled with a patch across operators. However, that doesn't include select Samsung handsets and all of Apple's 5G enabled iPhones. 5G enabled smartphones from OnePlus and Google also lack software support for the network. This has effectively left most Indian users with premium devices out of the 5G network. On Wednesday, the Department of Telecommunications had summoned both telecom companies and mobile device makers. The agenda included enabling 5G services for in-use handsets and giving the early adoption of 5G a push. The meeting followed complaints from telcos that device makers have not released their updated software patches, which will allow users with 5G enabled devices to access the recently rolled out service. Telcos allege that customers are unable to access 5G services on their handset, even though the service is available in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and Varanasi. However, a section of smartphone makers believes that telcos are being unfair to them. They say that even though telcos announced the launch of 5G services in the week of Dussehra, only a few 5G towers are currently operational. According to device makers, at least one telco in Delhi has only a handful of 5G towers with very limited coverage. Their argument is that without the minimum required number of towers in a circle, availability of 5G services will remain poor even after software upgrades. They also say that sending over-the-air upgrades to all 5G handsets will take some time because software patches need to be tested on various networks first. However, there is some good news. Ahead of the DOT meeting, Apple said that the software update needed to enable 5G services in iPhones would start rolling out in December. The iPhone 14, iPhone 13, and iPhone 12 series, along with the third generation iPhone SE, are compatible with 5G. Hours after Apple's statement, Samsung also announced that it would roll out software updates needed to enable 5G services in its compatible devices by mid-November. Presently, only about 9% of all smartphones in India are 5G enabled. But their adoption is growing rapidly, with shipments of 5G enabled devices speeding up. According to Cybermedia Research, 27 million 5G compatible devices were shipped in India in 2021, making up 16% of all smartphone deliveries. However, between just April 2022 and August, 20 million 5G devices were shipped, accounting for 31% of all smartphone deliveries. Within that period, Samsung came out as the top 5G compatible brand in India with a 26% market share. Xiaomi and OnePlus were second and third respectively, with a minor difference in the number of units shipped by them. And there are other reasons why you may have difficulty finding 5G service. Reliance Jio's 5G service is available in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Varanasi, but it is only available to users who have been invited. Airtel 5G Plus has been launched in 8 cities in a phased manner. Its customers in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Shiliguri, Nagpur, and Varanasi will be among the first to experience the new technology. So, why have some device makers lagged behind in enabling 5G?
It's not simple like the case with 4G. What happens in 5G is it's not a one size fits all. You need software upgrades which are different for different scenarios. For instance, Airtel deploys non-standalone architecture for 5G, whereas Jio has a 5G standalone architecture in place. So the upgrades are different for different smartphones.
These global OEMs, they are, at the end of the day, they are tier one OEMs, and they go by very stringent testing and parameters, by only after which they approve any update pushes. However, this doesn't mean that the other OEMs have done half the job, but what apparently looks at times also is users in the same area on the same devices. Some of them are able to connect, some of them are not able to connect, which means there is some, some issue with the existing updates. And I'm sure in due course of time, we will see those OEMs also sending an updated push.
It also appears that some Chinese device makers have stolen a march on the likes of Samsung and Apple in this regard.
I can say there has been some, you can say, miscommunications or lapses in coordination. What I can say is like the likes of these Oppo and Realme and Xiaomi, all of these brands had partnered with the likes of Airtel and Jio to test out their equipment, test out their products, test out their smartphones, and some OEMs, have not done that, and similarly you can see the results.
Whether it's the fault of the telcos or the device makers, users will be more concerned about knowing when they will be able to enjoy the full benefits of 5G. Building and expanding a robust 5G network is a Herculean task involving large investments. Indians, at least in the cities, can expect stable, high-quality 5G coverage by the end of 2023 or early 2024.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.